L. M. Montgomery once said, "I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. Fall brings gorgeous foliage, pumpkin patches, sweater weather, and popular in this area apple picking. Apple picking is an extremely popular fall activity and is a staple of the Hudson Valley. Apples came to America with the settlers as it was natural for them to bring their favorite crops from the Old World. However, there is evidence that Indian orchards existed in the Hudson Valley area as early as 1671. Apple orchards remain popular in New York today, as New York is the second largest apple production state in the country, following Washington. The Hudson Valley, in particular, is known for its apple orchards, and during this time of year they are very popular for apple picking. There are many apple orchards in the area. However, I am going to give you all of the insider information on the closest orchards to our campus, which include Apple Hill Farm, Dressel Farms, and Twin Star Orchards. Apple Hill Farm was founded and is still owned by the Moriello family. The Moriello family immigrated from Italy in 1914, originally moved to New York City, and then made their way up to New Paltz and bought the farm. The farm is 0.7 miles from campus, past the south entrance on Route 32. The price for pick-your-own apples is $15 for a bushel, which is about 20 to 25 apples. Pick-your-own hours are from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays through Sundays, including Columbus Day Mondays, and the farm stand closes at 6. The farm opens in early September and closes at the end of October. The types of apples that you can get from now until the end of October include Mutsu, also known as Crispin, Golden and Red Delicious, Macoun, and Granny Smith. There is a farm stand that sells fresh baked goods, including apple cider donuts, and there's also hay rides that take you to and from the farm stand to the apple trees. The next farm that I'm going to be discussing is Dressel Farms, which, like Apple Hill, is a family-run business owned by the Dressel family. There are 3 generations of the Dressels that currently run the farm. Dressel Farms is 2.4 miles from campus on Route 208. The price for pick-your-own apples is $15 for a 10-pound bag of apples and $27 for a 20-pound bag of apples, which is too many apples. Pick-your-own hours are on weekends in September and October from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and the types of apples that you can get from now until the end of October include Red and Golden Delicious, Fuji Stamen, Mutsu or Crispin, Ida Red, Rome, Granny Smith, and Crips Pink Lady. Other activities include their farm stand, which also sells freshly baked goods, Dressel Farm homemade ice cream, hay rides that take you to and from each type of apple, and a Kettleboro cider house. The Dressels also created and owned the cider house, and it has increased their sales from more than when they didn't have the cider house. There's a study that shows a market expansion opportunity in the growth and popularity of hard cider, which goes to show that Dressel's Kettleboro Cider House has increased their market. The last orchard I'm going to focus on is Twin Star Orchards, and their slogan is "Ugly apples taste better." Their ugly apples are full of flavor supermarket apples can only dream of. Twin Star is 3.5 miles from campus, and their prices range from $8 to $25 for pick-your-own apples, depending on the size of the bag. Pick-your-own hours are from Thursdays to Sundays, including holiday Mondays, anywhere from 11 to 7 p.m. Types of apples that you can get from now until the end of season include Red Delicious, Fuji, and Granny Smith. And other activities include their farm stand, which, like the other 2, sell fresh baked goods, their pavilion that has a full lunch and dinner restaurant menu, live music Sundays, which occur at the pavilion, and the Brooklyn Cider House. There was another study that shows that the effect of the development of hard cider and apple wine markets on the apple industry will be positive. And when you look up apple orchards near SUNY New Paltz, 2 of the most popular ones that'll come up in a Google search are Dressel and Twin Star because of their cider houses. These are just 3 of the many apple orchards near SUNY New Paltz. I hope you take this information, and I hope you learned about apple orchards. If you didn't know the history of how apples got to the Hudson Valley, and if you didn't know of 3 apple orchards close to SUNY New Paltz. Thank you for listening.